The reality here in North Carolina is that we remain well below pre-recession investment levels in public education and other areas of the budget. So now we find ourselves where our public schools just don't have the adequate resources to educate more and more students who are in our classrooms.
Yeah, let's talk about some of those. One is NC Pre-K, which is a big, it feels like that's something that most people, Republicans and Democrats, support, and yet we aren't spending as much.
Absolutely. And so when you look at the research, this is clear. The evidence shows that investments in the early years of a child's life pays huge dividends over the long term. But when we look at where are we now here in North Carolina, what we find is that in recent years, we've cut the number of pre-K slots by thousands, and we still have a huge waiting list of families across the state. Around 7,200 children were on the pre-K waiting list. So we just have a lot of demand, but there are not the resources at the state level to actually meet that demand.
Along those lines, Smart Start has less money as well.
Right, so we're still finding ourselves below pre-recession investments in Smart Start, which is also another very important program in ensuring that young kids get a good early start as they prepare in life.
A lot of people think the best, for a lot of educators say, the best indicator of how much we're spending on schools is actually how much we're spending per student, per pupil spending. And when you look back to 2009, we have a long way to go to get back there.
Absolutely, and so it's one of those areas where it actually forces us to acknowledge that we have a significant number of additional students who have entered our public schools since 2009. And when we look at the fact that we have not put adequate funding to address the growth, better yet, where we were at before those additional students, what we find is that, per pupil spending is around 8 to 9% below where we were pre-recession. And so, again, it just shows the inadequacy of the investments in our public schools.